Hi, I'm Steve, I'm very good at WoT, so let's look at some epic plays both live and in hindsight. There is an old adage that states never interrupt your opponent when they're doing something stupid. Sometimes, in the heat of battle, tunnel vision can muster a smothering intensity. And in my experience, nothing snaps the enemy out of that state of clouded, blissful ignorance like an opportunistic lead-based enema. But there are some circumstances, such as when the enemy wields a significant possibility of turning you into a twisted hunk of modules and regret were they aware of you, where it's actually better to take advantage of this flimsy grasp of the current reality by not shooting them in the arrows. Thank you very much, Mr. Degg and friends.
You're welcome. Officer, behind you. Oh, huh? What? Where is he? Oh yeah, he's below.
He's sat right behind me and hasn't noticed that I'm here.
Great.
So I'm not gonna tell him.
No. Shh.
In fact, if I stay here, I'm going to die, so I'm just gonna...
You, or didn't he?
Yeah, he completely could turn and kill me, but his situational awareness is significantly lacking, so I've taken the opportunity to bugger off. Well, I mean, you gotta take your blessings when they come, lads.
Run away, WoT!
Well, that was the end of Situational Awareness Man the Third.
Jesus Christ, how is he that
May he
oblivious?
rest in peace. So, one of the greatest skills one can learn, both inside of WoT and outside of it, is perspective awareness, or being aware of how another person perceives a particular event. In the following two examples, it aids in the anticipation and counter of some very enthusiastic adversaries. Well, I am managing to contribute to the game, which is somewhat remarkable. Here, what's important to note is that this tank is a Skoda T50, a quite potent autoloader that's capable of apparently surgically administering 960 damage in a very short space of time indeed. The key information being that tanks of this ilk, tanks that blend damage output potential with mobility, are even more likely than their peers to be very opportunistic, and they're very likely to swoop swiftly upon any perceived prey. Maybe this is the moment. The time has come. The time of FV.
While you're managing to contribute to the game, I gotta contribute to the level of coffee.
So, for a moment here, I considered an intelligent reaction towards the T30. But given that my HP has fallen to 603, well within a 2-shot for the 3-shot Skoda, I immediately dismissed the action, and it pays off.
Inside my body.
Suddenly T30, I need to let the WZ deal with that because I can't afford to be committed on by the Skoda. If I fire, it would commit on me and do even more damage. I need to bounce one more shell. Okay, good. Gonna wait until he repairs and taking off again. This WZ should be able to shut him down very nicely indeed. Cool. Not bad decision making at all there. Yeah. Up next, a very similar scenario. I spied in the town an opportunity to assist my heavies, but while I do so, I've got to be aware of the potential of my opponents. A Crown Wagon has 3 shells with a clip potential of 1,320, well in excess of my meager 1.1k hit points. That's just one of the many issues present here. If I fire and kill this in Mill 1 as I fully intend to, I will then be an isolated TD with no armor whatsoever in close proximity to an autoloader quite capable of killing me, and I've been reloading. So it's quite obvious what's going to happen. It's obvious what this bandwagon is going to want to do when he sees his mill explode into a fiery ball of death next to him. And so I anticipate that before I even go in. I've already planned my escape, which of course takes me back towards the nearest support, in this case the rest of my team in the town. We're going to have to start contributing more admirably here. Cut and run! We're running because we really don't want to stay in proximity of such a tank as a bandwagon that can very easily commit, right? And look at that. Beautiful, loading into a really bad position, trying to exploit us there. We are managing to contribute after all. Bandwagon just fired one. What that does mean is he's going to probably not be able to kill us. And I bounced that one shell, that is absolutely tragic. We're going to get one reload before this guy's reloaded as well. But 60 TP should contribute as well. Bingo, bango, bongo. There we go. Hi lads, I wanted to hop in the middle here and issue a thanks to everyone who joined the Patreon team after I shouted it out on the last video. We even had some fine gentlemen join in the Patreon King tier, which is just incredible, but it is genuinely really helpful to me to be able to pursue what I do, so thank you very much for that. So I've covered many times the potency of foliage, be it fallen trees, bushes, or...
Are you telling me you're actually camoed up in that bush?
Peabody, be very quiet.
Oh.
Yeah. So here's some examples of me utilizing the camo mechanics of foliage to my advantage.
Oh, I mean, he was camping, so...
Well, a shameful fellow.
It should be prevented from happening, so... Oh, there's
absolutely.
the T-30 now? The T-30, that was...
Oh, yeah.
supposedly on the other side.
Well, that's one hell of a relocation.
You can kill him, right? Or not?
Yeah. I'm just waiting for him to go behind the bush so that he doesn't spot me when I fire my second shell. If I'd fired as soon as I was loaded, he could spot me and I would die. But as I waited just a little bit until he went behind the next line of bushes, there was foliage in between me and him, thus I didn't get spotted. Thus, gameplay.
So good at the game, WoT.
I know, right? Video games. It's worth noting that firing from 15 meters away from foliage, so that it's opaque to you in-game, and you can't see through it, that's how you know you're 15 meters away, it doesn't mean you won't get spotted. All that it means is that the concealment of that foliage is not affected when you fire your gun. However, your tank's camo will still fall the same as it normally would. And if that new concealment number, even with the camo the bush provides, is low enough, you can still be spotted. It's not a certain thing. But if you have a particular piece of foliage and you have a particular tank and you have good knowledge, you can really push your luck. Remember, every tank in the game has 2 vision ports, one at the base of the gun and one at the cupola, or where the cupola would be. It's these parts of the vehicle that can spot you, and only these parts. If those parts are blocked from seeing your vehicle by solid cover or are significantly impeded by foliage or something of the sort, and you're not within proxy, that vehicle will not spot you. Rhinos? Yeah. Look what I found. I shot him behind that bush so he didn't spot me because his target was behind the bush. video games. So, proper utilization of a multi-level engagement, which, if you don't know what that is, please watch this video, you will find it very helpful indeed. It requires that the enemy is aggressive, it requires commitment from them into a particular position, ideally a very bad one. And the enemy is far more likely to commit to a position if they believe they have a potent advantage there. So when I find myself alone on this flank with TDs offering long distance supporting fire, yes, I'm alone, that's a negative, but there are positives to gain from this situation too, such as there's no one to mess up my evil plans.
Gotta be a bunch of prizes.
Did the enemy team spawn in, or what?
Okay, so I'm gonna sit here. Why is that? Well, because look, we got a box tank back there. I want someone to be up here and not know there's anyone where I am until they poke round. Because if that happens, the chances of them getting absolutely annihilated by a box tank increases massively. And that would be really fucking funny.
Oh, he's behind a rock for me now.
Hello, fine sir. It would be terrible if you got violated by a box tank, wouldn't it?
Wolverine
It
now.
would be awful if you guys got violated. Box tank! You had one job! One!
Miss.
I set that up perfectly for you. That was on a platter! A silver one with feckin' sparkles on it! And now, ladies and gentlemen, the booty bait. Do you think my big American booty is tempting enough, lads? Might get shafted by the arty for this, but I'm gonna see if I can do a booty bait. So,
Booty bait.
what you do here is you get spotted, and you act like you're not paying attention, for the sole purpose of getting someone to get shot. Right? You're just like, oh, I have no idea, I'm shooting at someone over here. I have no idea that this KV could poke out behind me and kill me, because I'm firing. I really hope he doesn't. It would be awful. Oh no, the sun's in my eyes. I am utterly helpless before the might of this Russian gentleman. Oh no. Oh, hook, line and sinker, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you got booty baited, son.
Whatever the fuck that means.
Well, you bait them with the booty, man. He couldn't resist it. I mean, look at this. Look, that's a thick booty right there. That booty is thick. So on my stream, by the way, head to the link in the description, follow me, it's great fun. We have a wheel that contains a smorgasbord of various special events such as tanks, giveaways, random things, right? And occasionally it brings up a winner. Like forcing me to play the Tiger 2 with the stock chariot. And at that point, the only thing I can do is appreciate the comedy of the situation. I want to see it. Okay, let's have a look. Can we just... Okay, here's the Tiger 2, fully upgraded Tiger 2. Look at that frontal turret, very nice, 240. That's solid on a tier 8 heavy tank, right? Let's just make a minor little adjustment. It's okay. We're only going down one tier. One tier is fine. Oh, so help me God.
Have fun.
Like, what the fuck? Look at the fucking roof. The roof is 40, so it gets overmatched by any 122mm gun. And the front is just done. You can Bayonet's front with standard ammo in a Comet. Thank you so much, everyone. Check out the description for links to the other episodes in this series. If you're in the mood for something funny, you got the Stream Shenanigans playlist, which contains all of our best funny and cinematic moments from the game, so do feel free to check that out. Come join me live on Twitch every weekend. There's prizes, there's random tanks, there's Ace Tanker Monday. It's great fun. So, Until next time, farewell.